Take me back to the good old days when I didn't feel pain, when I didn't feel ashamed.
Hello, and welcome to His Light in the Darkness. I am Shonna Fontaine.
And I'm co-host Megan.
Okay, we're going to start it over.
Yeah, we're going to do it
here
over.
we go.
Took me a second. Okay.
Hello, and welcome to His Light in the Darkness. I am Shonna Fontaine.
And I am co-host Megan.
I started this podcast I'm so just come up. Okay, ready? And 1, 2, 3. Hello, and welcome to His Light in the Darkness podcast. I am Shonna Fontaine.
And I'm co-host Megan.
I started this podcast inspired by a devotional that I wrote about depression, anxiety, addiction, grief, fear, worry, trying to inspire those, encourage those during the darkest of times. And today, our episode is going to be talking about dating.
Yay!
So excited. So actually, I did write a book called Red Flag Run under my maiden name, Shonna Bedford, because I wanted to help people who were in situations thinking, wow, it's only me. This is only happening to me. And kind of educate them just from the experiences that I had that were not good, did not turn out well, and basically just to inspire them to move on.
Yes.
You know, a lot of times we can get obsessed. So let's say you're with a guy and you think he's great and all your friends are like, he is not great. We don't like him, and you're so enthralled and, you know, you're so into them. And your friends are telling you, get over it. Then he decides to break up with you because, well, who knows why? Many reasons, right? And then you get obsessed and you're going, I wonder what he's doing. I wonder if he's with somebody else. I wonder. And you let it control you and like pull you
Fester.
in. Yes, fester. And then you want to see where they are and who are they hanging out with. And really, you just got to cut ties and go, I'm going to be better off if I just stop. Right?
Yes.
Stop.
Yes.
So that is basically what this is going to be about.
Yeah.
Is just talking about red flags and when you need to get out.
Agreed. Yes. Red flags are big ones, and they should be paid attention to. Not to be ignored, thrown by the wayside.
Well, so whenever I wrote my book.
Okay, what year was that?
Gosh, I wrote that, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. So Red Flag Run. And we've talked about it before.
Yes.
I wrote, there was one guy that was 14 chapters. He was 14 chapters.
Oh my.
Okay. And you get with somebody and then you're like, oh, what happened? Why? And I came to the conclusion that God placed me with all these people so I could do the education, right? And then write a book and help people to notice the signs, the red flags that are going on that you need to pay attention to. I mean, my book is funny but serious. You know, I tried to write it just such short chapters because nobody wants to sit there. Once you read a book, how many times do people get into a book and they go, you know, I don't feel like
I'm
it.
not feeling it, or
too
long or whatever.
It's like 3 to 4 pages each chapter.
Perfect.
Really short, to the point, but it's going over different aspects of dating. And I think that guys and girls, you know, it's not directly related to men because females can be crazy too, but it's like they've read this, I call it this book. You know, they've read this book, they know the game plan, and they say the same things. It's fascinating because I've dated guys of all different, you know, economic placement. I have dated people who have doctorates, those that don't,
Sure.
not that they're not intelligent, but
Right.
I've dated people who really challenge me intellectually, the ones that don't, that I usually have to move on from. And it's interesting that all of them say the same thing. It's like they've read this specific book.
Give me an example. Is there one specific thing that they all say that really sticks out in your mind? Like
No, there's
a quote or like I don't know, like a very specific.
they like to,
It's not you, it's me.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things. That's why this book is like, yeah, it's not you, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I talk about in this book is a lot of people want to say people are narcissists or they're gaslighting. And I don't think they really know what the definition of narcissist is. What I talk about in my book is some people are just bad people. They aren't narcissists.
Mm-hmm.
They're just bad people.
Why don't you give us a little breakdown of each so that the listeners have a little bit more clarity?
Well, narcissists love themselves. They love themselves. And you are always the bad guy. But and this is where they say gaslighting comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
It is not, they can be separate, but most
Mm-hmm.
narcissists do gaslight.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
So here's a perfect example. I was dating this guy, and I could tell that it was a slow kind of control emotionally.
Okay.
So he was a little older than me, not much, and it felt like I was the inferior, even though I know I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way that he would act with other people. And when we were out and about, it was like I was the inferior of the relationship as opposed to the equal. So I remember we were having discussion, and we weren't arguing or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, oh yeah, well, I told you this. And he's like, you never said that. And I said, no, we were right here. I remember the conversation.
Like you remember specifically.
I remember specifically. I was sitting on the bed. It was right after we got back from your parents' house, and we had talked about this. No, you were just thinking that. That didn't happen. And I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy, but that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like outwardly they don't come in and go, oh, yeah, this is the way it was. It's easy. It's easing into it, especially with a narcissist. So they love themselves. They love attention. Okay. But a lot of the times they don't go outwardly trying to make it seem like they want attention.
Sure.
They're flamboyant.
Mm-hmm.
They, people are drawn to them because,
Yes.
they've got such great energy and,
Mm-hmm.
they really want to be involved with people. You know what I mean?
But you think that's putting on an act? Putting on a show?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
And, some people say, oh, they're low self-esteem, these people.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Yeah.
To a degree. I think that some people will do what they can to get attention, but...
Or do you think they're kind of more of the opposite, kind of full of themselves? Very,
well, that's what's
sure.
interesting, so I've met so many people who they do seem full of themselves, and they'll go, oh, I'm so insecure. And it's like,
Sorry. I was about ready to dance to that ad. Trying to turn my ringer down. Apologies. That went the opposite direction. Here we go.
She's quietly trying to turn off her phone. And all of a sudden it's like,
So not quiet.
Bum, bum, bum,
Bum, chicka, bow, bow. All right. So back to the full of themselves people.
The bad thing is, because of this, people will get low self-esteem. So their whole purpose of narcissists is to diminish you so that they feel like they are, the superhero, the king, the one that everyone wants to be with or around. And so
Okay.
that's why they search for people that they know
That they
they
can kind of
can,
manipulate?
yeah, that they
Yeah.
can manipulate, they can dominate emotionally, mentally. It's not really the physical part when it
Right.
comes to narcissists. It's more the emotional.
Yes, for
But
sure.
that's like their game. Who can I get that? And once you realize what's going on, they don't want you anymore. It's like, I can't manipulate you anymore.
Yeah.
And I want to be celebrated. I want to be the king or the queen. Like I said, it's not just male or female. It's both equally.
Which gender do you think it's more, I don't know, is the word profound? Like, do you think it's in more males, more females? I've never really known a female narcissist.
I think
So
what it's talked about is male. I think women tend to hide it better because I've heard so many horror stories from male friends about, oh, I love this person. And then as the relationship progressed, I mean, I've heard horror stories and I think they hide it well. They hide it better.
Okay.
Because
not as outwardly.
In general, let's be honest, guys say what they think for the most part. I mean, in general. And women think. They think a lot. So I think it's more men that we know of, like outwardly, but there are just as many females. You just don't know about it because it's behind closed doors, and they're very good at hiding. I mean, look at history. You've got like Eve, you have several women that have made their mark in history, and not in the good way.
No.
But that's just one. I hear a lot of people, oh, he's such a narcissist. And I'm like, but do you really know the definition of narcissist? He may just be a jerk.
Yeah.
There are jerks out there.
Chronic jerks.
And that's what you can call them. You're a jerk. Because sometimes it's like we want to take on he's such a narcissist. He's so he's gaslighting. And gaslighting is they try to convince you that you are in the wrong.
Or turn the scenario around on you.
Yes. And that's typical gaslighting.
Now, isn't that term gaslighting a little bit newer?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Exactly. So manipulating. What we grew up Gen X.
Sure.
So it's manipulating.
Yes.
But that's one of the things I talk about. I also talk about when they try to, I'm appealing to women and men. It's not just, I have a friend that recently got out of a relationship and he wasn't allowed to talk to any of his friends. And it's like, that's kind of a sign that she's probably not a good person for you.
Yeah.
Is if they
that's
keep
huge
you.
Control.
And it's male and female. It's not just one or the other. They come in, they wine and dine you, and you're just like, oh, I love him, or I love her, she's so great. And then, I don't think your friends like you that much.
Isn't it kind of interesting when that person that's out of the two that's involved, like, has no idea, does not see it, but the people around them on the outside are the ones that are like, I don't know, like, and it's just crazy.
I've been in relationships where I asked people, what do you think? And they didn't tell me the truth. So I stayed with the person. They weren't a good person. And then afterwards, oh yeah, I thought that. Well, why didn't you say anything to me?
Right.
I would have gotten rid of them.
Oh, shoot.
Because you got to be honest with your friends. And if, they don't want to speak to you after, at least you've done the job of being a good friend.
But you were asking for it. And I mean, you would not have turned them away for saying something you didn't like. Like you were wanting the the critique back. What was the reason? Would they say why they didn't tell the truth? We didn't want to hurt your feelings.
We didn't want to hurt your feelings. We knew you liked them. And I'm like, no, you got to tell me the truth. Okay, so my biggest memory of this, and it wasn't a friend, it was a relationship that I had in college. And I went to a private college. And the woman who was in charge of the females, you
Yeah.
know, I don't know what her exact role was called, but she came to me and she said, please don't date him. You know, he is not a good person for you.
Oh.
And I said, give me a reason.
Yes.
If you give me a reason, I'll listen to you. And she
Mhm.
said, well, I can't tell you. And I said,
That's not helpful.
but if you tell me, and it came to pass that he ended up being a pedophile
Oh my gosh.
to like
Shonna.
children.
So how long later did you, when you say came to pass, how long later did you find out?
It was about 4 years.
Oh my
It was about 4 years,
God.
and
Holy moly.
it was children. He left the country. He
Mm.
didn't come back.
He left the country.
Yeah, didn't come back.
Good riddance. Leave.
But it was, you know, and I even asked her, and I think back how different my life. Now, mind you, now remember, there's a difference. You know, God does let us go through things. Relationships teach us lessons, hopefully, of how to do things better. Hopefully. But there are times when we need to listen. And there are times when if you ask someone, please tell them the truth if it's going to prevent them from going through something like that. Where,
Yeah.
guess what? He's a pedophile.
Especially if
and-
you know something really, really intense like that.
Yes.
That's obviously a deal breaker.
Yes, because she was serious. She was like, you need to stay away from him.
And then why are we protecting him by not saying what it was?
Well, exactly.
You
I don't
know?
know what the discussion was privately with the faculty, but it was, why wouldn't you come out and say that? Not only with that, but the children that he messed with. You know,
Right.
that it was between kids between the ages of like 8 and 15.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But at
so-
the same time, I'm happy that you found out and you kicked him to the curb.
Yes, I just, you know, I feel so sorry for the kids. So if you have a friend, speak up. If you're like, you know what, that guy is a bad guy, be a good friend. Tell your friend and say, hey, you know what, I'm just not feeling it, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe if he's come on to you.
That's a big one.
So I had friends, and I used to joke that I have this tattoo on my forehead that says married men hit on me. Or men with, you know, who are in a relationship hit on me. It's like it was an imaginary tattoo.
Yeah.
And it was enter here.
Yeah, because
apply
you were
here.
started young when you were like 12.
Yeah. So there was a friend of mine, and her husband said, hey, sweetie, we should go out to a movie, right? And I'm going, okay, this is weird that he was asking me. And I used to, you know, power lift, and I used to be around those kind of guys, and it was one of them. And so I'm going, okay, I just feel awkward, you know, because she was a friend of mine. Feel awkward, and it's like, I don't know. And I have a feeling that he had done that with other women, and she just kind of was one of those, I'm just going to stay, and this is just what we are, which, I mean, if you're that way, then okay. But me, not happening.
No.
So he asked me, oh, we should go see a movie. And I said, that would be a great idea. I can't wait to see your wife and your daughter.
Right?
It's great that we can all go together. And he said, no, it would just be you and me. And I said, yeah, no,
Not gonna happen.
that wouldn't be good. And he goes, oh, I was just joking. I'm
Right?
just joking
They
with
always
you.
do that. Turn it around.
Yeah,
I was just
joking.
joking. No, you weren't.
And so I think she thought that something was going on when I'm going, you know, I'm
Yeah.
trying to be the stand-up friend.
Mm-hmm.
And no, that's a no. And it's so, I think guys, well, women the same, you know, if women do that to their friends, they don't realize what position they put like us in.
Right.
You're putting me in an awkward position.
Mm-hmm.
I need to tell you no. My friend is there. Who do you think my friend is going to believe? But I really need to, and that's usually the scenario. Should I tell my friend or shouldn't I tell my friend?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Right? Because if they're truly a friend, they're not going to get mad at you, right? If they can truly see their significant other and who they are. I
yeah.
don't know. What do you think?
Well, I feel like the word that pops up in my head all the time is confrontation. People don't like or don't want confrontation.
Yeah, I don't like confrontation. So
Yeah.
I understand. Now, the funny thing is, like, I've trained in martial arts, powerlifting. Whenever I do that, I'm right on point. ma'am, I can take it. My husband teases me. I tap into my Viking, ancestry. I'm there. But I actually don't like confrontation. A lot of people think that I do just because I'm,
Because you stick up for yourself
yeah,
and you're vocal and
but I had to get that way
hmm
from being approached by older men my
Yep.
entire life. It's
Yep.
like every relationship, you just get better and better at standing up for yourself. And it's hard. Like, because me, it was very difficult. Because what do? You're just, I think we
Yeah.
talked about,
And
you're
you were
like
so young
in
too.
shock going, what do I do? And some people, oh, you should just tell him, blah, blah, blah. How about you put yourself in that situation,
hmm
especially if you don't know what the person is going to do? Are
Right.
they violent?
hmm
Do they have a weapon? Do they have, I mean, it's
Gosh.
like legit. You gotta be worried about this stuff,
Especially in
right?
today's day and age,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, in my book, I do talk about some funny, but I do have a chapter specifically about anger. So I do say if you're in a relationship where you feel like you are going to be physically hurt, like legit, they've threatened to kill you, then take care of yourself, call the police, do what you feel is necessary. There are organizations out there to help if you're in that position. If you're not, then leave. But if you are in a position where you do fear for your life, I say in that one chapter, don't do what I said. Talk to an organization, go to a local church, do what you need to do to protect yourself. But if you aren't fearful of your life, then walk away.
hmm
Why would you want to put yourself in a position, in a relationship where you feel bad, where you're insulted, where you're put down, where you feel bad about yourself, where you contemplate suicide because why would anybody want me? And you need to break free, and the only way to break free is to leave.
Maybe that's where the massive, massive manipulation comes in. Like you said, kind of targeting the weak is not the word I'm trying to use, just more vulnerable, maybe more trusting.
So I dated a guy years ago. This was when I was really young. And he had me in a particular state. We lived away from the town, right? And he would tell me every day, if you leave me, I'm going to kill you.
No.
And I was like, yeah, okay. Well, he did have a gun. And I had made friends with his mother. So I decided, you know what? Maybe I can ask his mother some advice. Well, I'm just in the house and he comes in, slams me against the wall.
This is after talking to
This
mother.
is after talking to mother.
So mother said something.
Mother said something. She didn't say anything to me. Oh, that's horrible. You guys make such a good couple. And, things should be good. Well, then he comes in, throws me against the wall.
Oh my gosh.
Picks up his gun and says, if you ever make my mom cry again, I will put a bullet in your head.
Wow.
And I will bury you in the yard because no one will know you're missing. And I was away from family and friends, but awesome. that was every day.
Oh my gosh.
I prayed for 2 years. Every single day I prayed for 2 years and said, God, I know that I'm here on my own choices, but I'm asking you to please save me. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I'm still going to say the prayer. Family never called, friends never called. I mean, literally, he had isolated me.
Isolation's a big one.
And he would come in and, yes, I will kill you if you try to leave. And then he said, and if you call the police, just so you know, I'm friends with all the police, and they will bring you back here.
Did you believe that?
Yes. Okay. I was only 22, I think.
Was that to be true? Was he friends?
No. Nobody really liked him. But it was stay on this little family compound, and you don't need to leave. And I'm young. Yes. So I'm going, he's going to kill me. I mean, he had a gun to my head. So
do tell how you left.
One day, I mean, this was God. This was 100% God, no question. One day, because his brother, like I said, family compound. So his brother lived in one house.
Oh, wow.
And he had a girlfriend that was always there. She never left.
She didn't like work?
She didn't work.
No.
Always there. And then mine. And one day, His brother went to work. His girlfriend decided to go visit a friend. My guy went somewhere, and the house was clear. And I was just like, I got to get out of here. Within 2 hours, I was packed up and gone.
Good for you.
Never said where I was going. But what I had done was I got jealous, in a not controlling way, just kind of like he was studying at a college and he had a study buddy who happened to be a female. So I would go, are you going to go be with her? You need to stop being so jealous. So I was kind of trying to manipulate to get him going to somebody else. I mean, I'm sorry to the female if he was like that to the female, but it was more of trying to save myself. So whenever I hear people say, I think he's going to kill me, or you just don't understand, no, I understand. I legit understand, where every day for 2 years, I was sure I was going to be buried in the garden.
So now you have me so curious. So did he ever contact you?
No. What I did was I did, study quite a bit of psychology. So I was putting that into play of trying to manipulate him to want to be with this other female.
Yes.
I acted jealous enough, not like crazy jealous, but just enough where he was like, oh, I just want to get out of the house. I want to be with her.
Prior did you do that before you left?
6 months.
But you didn't really bank on that happening. It just was a random day that nobody was around, nobody was home, and you took off.
It was Jesus.
Did you have a
nothing
car?
packed? No, I had met a friend there, and I called her up and said, is there any way you can pick me up and just take me away? And she said, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Oh, that's so and there was no packing. There was taking garments out of the closet and throwing them in the car. Literally throwing in the car.
Yeah.
There was no packing.
No.
Because nobody was ever gone. And I was like, they're going to come back. And if they come back, I'm dead.
Do you think that with me, I just love details. Do you think that the brother's girlfriend, had she seen you, would have ratted
Yes.
you out? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She would have totally ratted me out because she didn't like me. And I didn't really care for her. She was, I've always been a hard worker, wanting to make my way in some way.
Were you working when you were living with him?
No.
No.
I wanted to, but he's like, no, you can stay here. You don't need to work. You can just stay in the house all the time. Don't need to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of stories.
Yes. Which they're just so fascinating. But we're so happy you got out. Because here you are today.
And it's truly, that was a Jesus moment.
Yes.
There's no other explanation because someone was always there. Always. There was no time to flee.
That's what it sounds like.
And it was like God said, okay, here's your moment.
God is good. Jesus works in mysterious ways.
Yes. And it may not be in our time, but it's in his time. And if you are in a relationship where you fear for your life, like I said, reach out to the police, maybe an organization that can help you that is experienced in that sort of thing. Walking out, I understand. You're like, I'm going to die.
That's the hardest part, is taking that first step.
Yes.
Even wrapping your mind around, I'm going to do this. That's the hardest part.
Yes.
Not the physical movement. It's like, I'm going to do this
the choice.
Yes.
I'm going to do it. And that's one of the reasons why I wrote, I give the best relationship advice. And somebody said, Shonna, come on, look at your history. And I said, no, I give the best because I know it doesn't work.
But that almost, obviously is in your favor because that's called experience.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's why I wrote the book, to try to help people see signs.
You're trying to show them his light in the darkness?
Exactly. Well, there's this other guy who, I do films, filmmaker, and he was in the business as well. And sometimes people want to ride your coattails. Now, if you ask the person, they probably would be like, you were trying to ride mine. No. I knew his film reputation, and he didn't go a lot of places. Now, me, I do a lot of different things, and I like to do things that make me happy. I write, I sing, I'm a songwriter. I play guitar for my own songs. That was another thing. I learned how to play because nobody would play for me because they were all busy. I'm too busy. I got to do something. Fine, I'll learn myself. I'm tired of waiting for people. I'll learn myself. But it was like people knew my name, and I have my music video out, and I've done films that are more known to people.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was riding the coattails. So if somebody wants to ride your coattails, that's another red flag. They always want to be with you. Or let's say social media. Oh, I'm posting something. Make sure to tag me. Make sure that I'm present in everything you do. Make sure that I'm there, right beside you.
Yes.
And that's a red flag because then all they're doing is sucking, your energy and sucking your happiness and sucking your talent. It's just like, it's a sucking.
I have a question for you. Okay, question. Since I'm asking advice and just out of curiosity, do you think in a healthy relationship that okay, a couple things. How do you feel about, because I hear this a lot on TV, movies and stuff, and then I hear, no, it's not okay. Yes, it is. It's totally fine. There's no secrets. What do you think about a couple sharing each other's password to their phones?
Oh, my husband has my password.
Or allowing, let's just say there is an incident or not, where the one person is uncomfortable and just wants to be reassured or feel better, handing that phone over to let that spouse or that partner look through it. Is that like people say it's invasion of my privacy? What do you think?
If you're in a relationship where you want to be, see, now I'm married. So that's one of the things was if you trust that person, then you're going to let them have your phone, have all your passwords. Who cares? Like my husband does the social media for us, so he has all my passwords. And I understand wanting your privacy, but from my standpoint of red flags, that is a big red flag that you shouldn't be together.
That you're being asked to look, you're asking that person, can I look through your phone? So it's a red flag to the person receiving that comment, can I look through your phone?
The only times that I have ever asked that of somebody is if I thought they were cheating. And it confirmed that they were.
Which I will say is usually the reason why the asking is happening in the first place. But what's interesting and funny is when that person gets really defensive and is like, no, it's privacy. No, you can't look through my phone. And X, Y, and Z, it's like, but if you have nothing to hide.
Exactly.
And you want to make the person you love, be at ease and feel better, why not just let them take a little peek?
This is chapter
at whatever's bothering them.
32, I think. I think I have 32 chapters in my book. This is chapter 32.
That's in there. Okay.
So it's funny because this particular guy knew I was writing the book. Okay.
You were with him while you were writing it.
I had finished writing it.
Oh.
So I had finished it. It wasn't quite published yet. I had finished it, and he knew all about it. I'd known him for years.
You weren't
years.
Were you dating?
We were dating.
Okay.
Yes. We were dating. Things were going great, according to what I thought. And he knows, if he's watching this, he knows he's going to be like, yep, that's me. So we had known each other since high school. And he told me, he was like, oh, do you think I'm going to be a chapter in the book? And I was like, no, why would you be a chapter in the book? Of course not.
But you knew he was going to be?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, what?
It was how it ended that I was like, because he goes, oh, I guess I'm not a chapter. He was joking. So when it ended, I said, well, guess what? You're chapter 32. I think 33. It's one of those.
The last chapter?
Last chapter. I said, last chapter, that's you.
Oh, my.
And he knew it. So what happened, talking about a phone, what happened was, while he was with me, his phone was always turned down. Now, I understand that people will turn it down to not be bothered by text.
She doesn't mean volume. She means the screen face down.
I mean the screen face down. Me, I don't care. It's like if it's up, it's up. It doesn't, whatever. I don't care. but he always had it down. And that's just something, and you may put yours down and go, oh, I always put my down. I'm not cheating. Why, this is not me. I'm talking about personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I've been with someone who does that, we're trying to hide the notifications that are coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were away somewhere. He was taking a nap. And I said, you know what? My gut is just saying, look at the phone. Look at the phone.
That's happened to me before. My gut was like, look, you want to. And
Yeah.
I was right.
Exactly. I was right. I took pictures of the text messages because I knew he would delete them.
You had the password to get in, or was it not?
It wasn't. There was no password. It was just he always had it down.
Because you can mute the sound, but you can't mute, like you're saying, any notifications that pop up. And so putting it down, it's like, well, even if I turn the ringer down, this way she can't or he can't see who's texting or, messaging or whatever.
Well, it was.
Was it lengthy? Lots? Like a conversation?
Oh, yeah. It was, but it wasn't just that time. It was all these times when he was coming to meet me. One was after a friend had passed away, right? I texted him and I said, can you come over? And he said, oh, I can't come over right now, but I'll come over tomorrow. Well, it just so happened he was with another female on the night that I needed him.
That's terrible.
When my friend had passed away.
Yes.
And he was with it. So I went through all the text messages and found it. And I was just like,
tell us about the confrontation that I know you don't like, but you said I actually looked through your phone.
Oh, yeah.
Did you do it?
I woke him up from his nap.
Okay, I was going to say, because it drives me nuts when I love Lifetime Movie Network. I love Lifetime in general.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
They'll see or hear something and then they'll turn around and run out, whether their significant other saw them or not. I'm like, why would you not confront them at the time?
Well,
I
normally,
could never just be like,
normally
later.
I don't. Normally I play my cards very, very well. Like very well.
The time
play
and
my
place
cards
to get maybe the best
reaction.
Out of it.
That was, I woke him up from the nap and I said, I was right. And he's like, what do you mean? And I said, I knew it. And I showed him his phone. He was like, what are you doing with my phone? I said, I searched for the text messages and I was right.
What'd he say?
And he's like, well, I just, I'm emotional and I have issues and I'm not that great. And I said, oh no.
I'm not that great.
We are not playing. Well, it was a manipulation tactic.
Oh.
I'm not that great. I have these issues and I'm depressed and I'm like, hey, ain't gonna work on me. Okay, wrong person, wrong time. Not gonna work on me. Oh well,
man.
I just feel so pitiful and I know I'm just as bad as what you say I am. And I'm like, oh no. So that's another thing. Whenever someone is, you're trying to confront them and all they're doing is going, oh, you just hate me, don't you? And tries to turn it around as if they're the victim. And he knew me well enough. I'm like, oh no.
Right?
This
Yeah.
is not happening.
But did he ever, moving forward after that, was he like, please, I'm sorry?
Oh, yeah. Please, I'm sorry. But I'm like, I can't trust you.
No.
Ever
Absolutely
again.
not.
Especially when he did it repeated times. Looking through all the text messages, repeated times. And every time one of the times it was like a nice romantic evening. He had talked to a female up until the moment that he met me for our romantic evening dinner.
Did you bring that up? I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
Because a woman, I'm sorry, I will say this, a woman will remember every date. Be like, that was the day he said he was going to the gym or whatever. Where guys were like, huh? I don't even remember what I had for lunch yesterday. It's a joke. It's not meant to be a put down at all. But
no, the guys are, that's a joke. I mean, having a son, I know that.
Yeah. A
Men
woman
do
will
not remember.
definitely
Women
remember more detail.
Yeah,
Like that was the day I remember I asked him for help and he said, he was napping or whatever. Yeah. Oh.
And that's why if anyone turns their phone down, it's just a gut thing that I have now, or maybe PTSD
right?
or something. It's like as soon as they turn it down, I go, what's going on? There's something shady there. And if you do want to turn your phone down or not give your person access to your phone, think about whether you should be with them or not. Because if you want to talk to other people, which is fine. I mean, my husband has friends, female friends. I have male friends. It's not anything. I know his female friends, quite well. And they'll text back jokes. Not a big deal. That's why he doesn't care if I look at his phone. That's why I don't care if he looks at mine. It's like, I have guy friends. I'll send emojis but if somebody is, oh, you know what? I don't want him looking at my phone. Maybe you shouldn't be with him. Maybe you need to be with someone who makes you comfortable and confident and happy, and where you're not desiring something. And another thing that I have never understood. People at first would tell me, Shonna, you just don't stick in a relationship. Well, if I'm not happy and that person's not happy and they're not good for you, why are you staying in a relationship? Why?
Yeah, no, I'm the one that's like, I'm out.
Well, me too. If it's not
No
working,
problem.
if it's not happy, if you're not growing in a good way, and it's just stagnant or bad, or, oh, he cheated on me, it's not going to happen again. Oh, look, he cheated on me again, it's not going to happen again. Or same with a female. Oh, she cheated on me. Oh, it won't happen again. And guess what? It keeps happening. I just don't understand. I grew up in, hardcore Christian, I'm talking to the extreme. And it was stay with the person no matter what. And I'm like, why are you going to stay with the person no matter what when it's, I understand that, believe me, marriage is not perfect. Marriage is not some happy,
hard.
La, 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 and everything's wonderful.
Someone told me once it takes work every day.
Yes.
And that's so true.
Yes, absolutely. It takes work every day, and you need to be with someone that you truly are happy to help take care of. If you're not happy, why make yourself live through that? I just don't understand. I understand commitment. Okay, I get that.
Because I think people bring into it, like if there's children, or they'll think about maybe the early on, how it was good. So women, I mean, I know I've felt like this when I was younger, much younger, like in my 20s, but it's like, oh, I can change him. I'll change him. He's just different right now. He's stressed, but I can get him back to the guy he was when we were first dating. That's not going to happen ever, ever.
I'm laughing because
you really can't change people.
Mama's Boy. That's one of my chapters. Mama's Boy. And Mama's Boys don't change. So I always say never, ever, ever date a Mama's Boy.
Oh.
Like ever.
Now, give an example or a reason why they will not change.
Well,
being a mama's boy.
Because their mother has, now this is my experience with mothers, there's a difference. My son and I are very close, but we are close in a healthy way. So you can be close with your mom, close with your son in a healthy way, where it is, I want you to be independent. I want you to have your own life. I'm here to support you. I'm here for you to come. But when the mother is like, you have a choice between you or her, me or her. And you better choose me, because I'm going to tell you how I'm going to make your life complete hell if you do not choose me, your mother.
That's odd.
Yes.
That's
yes. It was. That's psychological
warfare.
They have issues. But it came down to, I am your mother or her. And supposedly she's your dream woman, but you know what? It doesn't matter.
And did the mother of this mama's boy like you? Or is it typical they don't really like anyone their son dates?
I thought she liked me. So she was very kind of iffy. Why does she come? He would go over, and it's like, I told him, I don't feel comfortable. Like, I feel like she's judging me the whole time.
Like, you mean the mom would come over?
No, we would go over to his mother's house. Sorry, I've got to get a little bit of a drink, That's my British accent for you. Did you know that I'm actually English? Anyway,
You just said that you were Vikings.
I'm both.
Oh,
I've got my English side and I've got my Scandinavian side.
Yes.
Yes,
I
I'm
can see that.
both.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
both. So
Yeah.
that's why when I'm passionate about something, I'm like, and otherwise I'm just like prim and proper.
Oh gosh.
But what were you talking? I don't even
The
know.
mom of the mama's boy.
Mom, stay away from mom. No, I thought she was, even he said, oh, she's known you since high school, and because this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
No.
I thought she liked me.
Mom
She was
likes
always
you.
nice.
And talking to
Yeah.
you.
And talking to me. But then he's like, maybe you shouldn't go over there with me. I think I need to go alone. And it got to the point where you're not welcome in my mom's house anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. So little by little,
Yes.
it was mom is taking over. So that's why I say if someone is a mama's boy, it's not going to change because it's going
No.
to come to the point of mom's going to say me or her, and you better choose me because I'm going to make your life a living hell.
So what does that mean? He doesn't get married or have children because
Yeah.
clearly the wife, will have a whole separate, more serious part of him than, you had it. And it's like, who wants to be in that position?
Well, yeah, and
To
he's
have a mom
miserable.
like that?
just
A
so you know.
mother-in-law like that, I
He's
should say.
miserable, or he was miserable. And yeah, I'm just like,
Makes you wonder what these people are doing today.
well, and you
No.
wonder what they were doing at home. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of manipulation would mom do?
Right.
So, raising my son, I always told him from the very start, I am your mom. I'm here to support you. We have a very close relationship. But when you have a girlfriend, wife, she is number one.
Mhm.
Your kids are number one.
Yep.
I am here just for support.
Yep.
And I am here to love you, support you. If somebody is bad for you, I'll share my opinion, but I'm not going to intervene. I mean, you're an adult. You're going to make your own choices.
Not
you're
be
gonna
overbearing.
Yeah.
Not be intrusive.
You'll make
all
your
those
mistakes.
things.
So even now, he's like, oh, I make my own decisions. My mom will give me her opinion, which I do.
Always.
This is what I think. You are an adult. You can make your own decisions. You make your own, you have to learn your own lessons. It's like us.
Yeah.
We've been through so many experiences, and we are who we are because of the mistakes we made, So even though you look back sometimes, and this is another thing that I talk about, you look back and want to change things, but if you change things, you're not going to be who you are.
That's what I was just going to ask you. Do you think we also live through all those because it also defines us and kind of makes us who we are?
Yes, and I think it's a choice. So let's say you're in a bad relationship, you're in a bad, moment, and you break up with a person. Now is your choice. Are you going to take what you learned and apply it to positive and find someone better, or are you going to have it eat at you and destroy you?
Repeat the
Keep
behavior.
repeating
Yeah.
behavior.
Mhm.
And it's your choice. Happiness is a choice. Looking at the bright side, looking at his light in the darkness is a choice.
Yes.
And that's what we're here, is to say, hey, you can break free. You can find joy. And if you're hurting and you're scarred from early relationships or, unfortunate relationships that you can't help, it's okay. Break free and find strength in yourself. If somebody is with someone, especially if they're obsessed, whether it be you being obsessed with that person or that person being obsessed with you and making your life really bad, break up with them and be by yourself.
Yes.
I think learning to love yourself, learning to grow, learning to do things that you want to do personally, like, hey, I've always wanted to learn blah, blah, blah. I've always wanted to do blah, blah, blah.
Find a hobby.
Yes, find a hobby, do that. And
There's a lot of people, though, that don't like to be alone. Or they hop from one relationship to the next without even taking a moment to get to know themselves. It's like, how are you in a relationship again? It was like last Tuesday.
Well, I think it's finding, like you said, a hobby, which means you can go somewhere and do something. You're with people.
Yes.
Get reconnected with friends, go out to movies. I mean, if there's a Y or church or
Yeah, this pickleball's kind of become this new thing. And I've yet to play. I can't wait.
I've
but
never played before.
I just hear people love pickleball.
Isn't it funny? It's like mini tennis.
Yes, and I love
From
tennis.
what I understand.
Yes, that's what I heard too. Like mini tennis, like ping pong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like a mix of ping pong, mini tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, when I was young, because the way we grew up, ping pong was huge.
Yes,
That was
me too.
Yes, the big
We had one.
game. Yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That was like Gen X.
Yes. Yes. This was like early 90s, but we had one in our attached
basement or attached.
It was like an attached room that we called the playroom, but there was a tennis, I wish. I love tennis. Ping pong table in there.
Ping pong.
And it had that like AstroTurf, that like
oh nice
fake looks like grass. Yeah, but it was fun. Yeah.
Pretend grass.
Yes, we had a lot of parties. I mean, we had a lot of people over and we would play ping pong.
Right.
No parties.
Right.
A lot of ping pong tournaments. My brother was very.
Okay, I'm thinking that ping pong is meaning something totally different. We had a lot of ping pong tournaments.
A lot of ping pong.
Wink, wink.
No, no, especially not with my brother's name in there. Ugh. How did we even get off on this total subject of ping pong that we can't now seem to veer from?
So random. Pickleball. You were talking about pickleball.
Pickleball.
Led to questionable experiences at Meagan's
You were
house.
thinking ping pong? Like back and forth ping pong? With peoples?
People's paddles, balls?
No, not paddles. Paddles and balls. That's getting even worse. Let's carry on.
Carry on. That made
Stay
everything
calm
fun.
and carry on.
Well, talking about dating, like I said, got my book, Red Flag Run. If you want a funny, enjoyable, but really good points of what to avoid with people, it's a great read, and I've used my experience. I told my son, I said, you got to read this. And he goes, Mom, I lived it. I don't need to read it.
Right?
I lived it. Because his dad and I broke up when he was 6, and he's 23 now.
And he remembers?
Yeah.
When you guys were together?
Mhm.
No.
And he's like, I lived every chapter. I don't need to read it. I remember.
Give the title again.
Red Flag Run.
Red Flag Run.
But it's under my maiden name, Shonna Bedford. And great read. Hey, if you want, send us emails. hislightinthedarknesspodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
Send us your stories. We would love to hear them and possibly discuss some.
Yes.
Especially, I hear everybody that's read the book, for the most part, says, oh my gosh, that's me. I've experienced like almost every single person.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was only me.
That's where you help. That's where you help people.
Because
help
they
someone.
said, I thought it was just something that was wrong with me,
Mhm.
that I was attracting. And that's
Right.
why I wrote the book, because I'm like, something must be wrong with me. Like, is there something wrong with me? But it was just, I kept choosing the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
And when you choose the wrong people, things aren't going to work out.
No, probably not.
No, especially not
Not
how
so
you
much.
want them.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
Hey, well,
I guess we can wrap it up then. And Meagan is choosing the next subject for the next podcast. I'm anxious to
pressure
hear
or anything, which I
what
still need to
it's
think about.
Because if you guys want to hear anything, like I said, email us or
Yeah.
comment on our social media. Which I need to put my husband to work. He needs to do more social media for us. I'm so
Yeah.
busy with all my jobs that
Yes.
it's like, do some work, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. Anyway, so join us next time. His Light in the Darkness podcast @gmail.com. Like, follow, subscribe,
Mhm.
and let us continue bringing some light from Jesus in the darkness. How did you like my French accent?
I liked it a lot. That was really good.
Oui.
Oui.
And now I went from English to French. So I am English and Scandinavian.
Yeah. A little bit of
And
everything.
then I married a Frenchman. Now, he's not actually from France. He is ancestral from France.
Oh,
So,
like most people.
yes.
Are.
The generic American. Yes. Typical American. Anyway, see?
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Good night.